Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our final game. It's Game 5. It is match point for both teams. Lose or go home. Or rather, go to the third, fourth place there. But you might as well be going home at that point. If you win this match, you're into the grand finals. You will be fighting for over $200,000 US to be handed out based on the results of the best of 7 between DK and the winner of this series tomorrow, starting at the same time that we started today. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Winter. And Winter, we are actually into the draft a little bit here, so talk to me about what you're seeing so far.
The hero that slipped through the ban phase is Visage. IG picks him up in the first pick, and LGD responds with a Rubik and Nyx yet again. Yet again.
Yeah, these are very popular supports, it seems. The Nyx has been very successful though. IG won with it last game, LGD won with it the game before. Nyx seems to be winning games this series.
Yeah, he's one of the supports where...
And he was actually an offlane for both teams, not a support.
One of the game was... Yeah, actually both of the games were offlane, yeah. You're right, not supports.
Which is kind of weird. I mean, it's not that Nyx can't offlane, but it's not like it was ever a common thing. You know, he was almost always mid or support. It's kind of interesting to see him be going to the offlane a lot more now.
5 seconds remaining.
He's like one of those heroes where you just need the level, so going to the offlane is actually a very suitable environment for the Nyx after the change to the offlane, I would say. A lot of heroes that just require levels are basically very good potential offlane heroes. Yeah,
absolutely. And, you know, a lot of the heroes that are just like the good tempo controllers mid are also good offlaners, like the Beastmaster, the Nyx Assassin. Well, I don't know if Beastmaster is a good offlaner, but he at least can offlane. Timbersaw, Clockwork, like these heroes that are pretty tanky.
Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus, not so much anymore, but yeah, definitely in the past he has been. Well, Rubik Nyx could be their supports, and I think the big difference this game, Winter, compared to all the previous games, is that Visage has not been banned. Visage was not banned. IG took him in the first phase. He's been banned every other game, I believe, in the first phase. At least I think that's the case. And also Dragon Knight, who was like slipping through until the second or even third stage, has now become something that IG wants to take in the first stage. And to be honest, I think he's worth it as the one of your first two picks. He's such a... Sure, you know he's going mid, but he doesn't need farm. He uses it well. He's a good initiator. He's a good pusher. He really does everything well, even if he doesn't excel at any one role.
And you know that like the timing where they picked up the DK was perfect as well. They first picked the Visage. They see LGD respond with Rubik and Nyx. And the main weakness of DK is the early laning phase. Once they pick up the DK in the second pick, it goes down into the second ban phase, and they took out Timbersaw, they took out OD. These two heroes can totally crush DK in the lane. So it eliminates the main weakness of DK right now. And the only few heroes that are able to pressure him a lot in the lane left is currently the Quap.
The TA maybe.
Yeah, the TA maybe. So DK is not going to have a tough time in the lane. Solves the weakness already.
And these supports are not really going to be able to kill DK early on. Later, once they get levels, yeah, but not in the first 5 minutes. And LGD goes Storm. So Storm Lifestealer. You know, I saw somebody in the Team Liquid discussion thread about WPCA saying, oh, DK is the only creative Chinese team. All the others are very predictable. But here's something a little less predictable. We've seen some of the same heroes, but we've also seen a decent variety. I don't really agree with that they're very predictable. We saw like the Spectre kind of team fight oriented strat one game. We've seen the Wisp and Prophet combo. They do tend to favor certain heroes a lot, but I mean there's still quite a bit of versatility for these teams.
And I'm worrying about the Storm and Lifestealer from LGD. The last time I remember they did it was like the Lifestealer had a very little fun because he was just... It wasn't a Storm, it was a Clockwork. The Lifestealer was constantly inside the Clockwork and trying to get kills, and they were trying to 5-man so much that the Lifestealer was not farm at all.
Yeah.
I worry.
So what do you think that they put the Storm mid this game? Or do you try and put him safe lane? Because we have seen teams will do that sometimes.
Vici Gaming. Only Vici Gaming does, when they pick Lifestealer and Storm Spirit, they leave the Lifestealer in the solo mid and the Storm in the safe lane. Only Vici Gaming does that.
Mirana. Bane Mirana combo. So good combo to gank Storm early. I think that's the most notable thing here. I don't know if they'll be... we already have our two supports, Visage Bane, but if Mirana ever decides to gank or just pop a Moonlight Shadow once Bane hits level 6, That is an easy kill. So they have plenty of lockdown to deal with this Storm. Dragon Tail, Grip, Sleep into Arrow. Not an easy game to be a Storm.
IG's turn to
Yeah, it's also very important to have carries that are elusive against Lifestealer. You don't want the Lifestealer to be easily able to target your carry down. So Mirana is a very hard carry for Lifestealer to just go on, unless the Storm manages to bring the Lifestealer next to the Mirana. Then only the Lifestealer can go on the Mirana. So all in all, I would say the Mirana pickup is a very good hero and a very good call to deal with the Lifestealer.
Yeah, it really is. LGD go Chen. So this means offlane Nyx and do you really want to put Storm in the side lane up against potential Bane Mirana Visage tri-lane? I guess you have to put a mid at this point, but mid's not really safe either, you know? They can still just smoke gank you and kill you, so it's a tough game for the Storm. It really is. And with these supports, Chen, Rubik, they're not going to be able to help him too much early.
10 seconds remaining.
Maybe they can smoke gank.
It's LGD, I guess, it's Storm middle, and then Lifestealer and the safe lane. They don't really change things up like Vici Gaming will do.
Yeah. They, at least in terms of the... I mean, we've seen Xiaowei go off lane once in a while, but, you know, generally they're pretty predictable in their lanes.
5 seconds remaining.
So, IG now, looking for another farmer. Windrunner. Interesting. Another hero we have not seen at all this series.
You remember the good old days of the YYF Windrunner? Dota 1. It was very long ago.
YYF Shackles. The original. Before there was Light of Heaven Windrunner. There was YYF.
But I'm quite surprised why did they go for this pickup. Elusive hero indeed, but seems like a bit underwhelming.
So, how Mirana are they? How are they going to lay this? Are they
maybe aggressive tri-lane with the Windrunner?
I thought they were going to go aggressive with Mirana because that's a really strong tri-lane. I think the Windrunner should be the solo. You'd rather have Bane Mirana than Bane Wind Ranger.
Yeah, true.
I feel.
But if you want a solo hero, you don't pick Windrunner. You pick something else that has much more damage power and carry power.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Timbersaw was banned. I don't know how much. There wasn't a whole lot left at that point, I think. Can you think of anyone else who was still available? Maybe like a Gyro, I guess.
If they pick Gyro, it would be out of their comfort zone because they would have to leave the Mirana on YF, and I have never seen them do that.
Yeah.
It has to be something like either a Timbersaw or a Prophet.
Timbersaw was banned, so yeah, they couldn't go Timbersaw. Maybe Prophet.
Oh, might have to remake.
Game 5. So, Winter, having seen the draft, I don't know about you, but I like IG's draft a lot because they have Visage and they have Mirana, and it's just such an easy lineup to get kills on. Like, so much lockdown, so much burst damage. And LGD have a lot of heroes that just need levels and don't really do much in the laning stage. And I feel like IG could just run away with this very early on. And it looks like we will have that remake.
I think IG's lineup is much stronger because with the Visage, you are able to take a lot of kills and fights early. But at the same time, it also depends on how well they execute their Storm and Lifestealer bombs. If they execute it well, they kill your Bane or Visage before the fight, like before anything happens, and they pick up these two supports.
Just so you don't forget. Okay.
I mean, really? Is that the flag that you chose?
What? I'm a big fan of Pinoy Dota. What, do you have a problem? Are you gonna boycott this channel now, Winter?
No, I thought only Lumi does that.
What? No, Lumi's a Pinoy Dota hater. He's like the biggest hater of the Pinoy teams. He hates on the Pinoy teams even when they're not playing. Like, even in games when they're not playing, he'll start talking about them. I love the Pinoy fans. I hope I get to go there this year. But,
yeah, you should go to Philippines someday. It's the scene there is basically like China. It's very big.
Maybe gods will bring me one of these years. He keeps on taking the trips for himself. Very greedy gods, selfish gods.
I get to go. I get to follow him this year though.
Yeah, you bastard. Sounded like it was fun too. That's how we do it in the Philippines.
You love that guy, yeah?
Yeah, Ari Neiman. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he's really funny. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, stand-up comedian.
Yeah. I was like, who's this guy? He's not nearly socially awkward enough to be a gamer. He was really good.
No, he doesn't even play Dota.
Yeah, but he's still funny. Oh, man. Okay, guys, so we'll have ourselves a quick AP remake, and we hop back inside the draft. I still like IG's draft better. I don't think this reload changes that, but do you agree overall? Okay.
Yeah, I like the IG draft more, but I still think it's LGD can still win the game by better execution from the Storm and Lifestealer bombs and the next Assassin ganks. It depends on how well they would approach the game, how well they start the fights. And as long as the lanes, I don't really think IG would be able to win the lanes that badly. So it's going to be up to who plays better, but slightly advantage to IG just because of the Visage is on their hands.
Are you having a connection problem?
No, I'm in the game.
Okay, never mind, it went away. All right, guys, we're back. It's time for Game 5. Hopefully we don't have to remake again.
I actually have like very little to zero packet loss when I'm not streaming on Perfect World Server. Okay.
Yeah, I think you need more bandwidth than it sounds like. Sounds like your connection is being challenged too much. I'm not sure.
Yeah. You need to give me better internet.
Yeah, I'll get right on that, buddy. I'll get right on that. Well, we've talked about the draft. We had our money on LGD, but I want to revise my bet and say IG's going to win. I mean, it's not that their draft is bad. I just feel like it's very vulnerable and easy to exploit.
Yeah, IG have a lot of disables. Dragon Tail, Shackle Shot, Arrow, Sleep, and Fiend's Grip. That's just a lot of lockdown for the Storm and Lifestealer. If any one of those spells lands on the Storm is basically dead without the BKB.
And LGD's, I guess a lot of it comes down to the Chen. You know, what could DD do in the laning stage? Are we going to see IG
Yes,
smoke?
indeed.
Are they going to go for an LGD level 1 smoke?
This time they're going to go for the smoke? No.
No. The IG is not feeling as confident as LGD. They've gone for 2 smokes in the 5 games. But on that note, all right, looks like we're actually going to have ourselves a Game 5. Let's introduce our teams. It is a best of 5. It is the final deciding match. Winner plays DK tomorrow in a best of 7 for over 200,000 US dollars. Banana will be playing the Bane, Faith on the support Visage, Ferrari 430 handling your solo mid Dragonite, Pooled and rushing a bottle, YYF, the Wind Ranger, and that does put Hao onto the support, or sorry, not support, farming Mirana.
30 seconds.
And on the side of LGD playing on the Dire, we have Yao playing the Nyx Assassin. He's going to go solo top. DAC will be on the Rubik. Xiao 8 will be solo mid Storm Spirit. Rabbit will be playing the Lifestealer on the offlane. And we have DD would be playing the Chen. He seems like he's going to go to the enemy jungle.
So LGD are going aggressive jungle. And obviously they want to dodge IG's tri-lane because it's really scary. But the problem I see for them is this means IG supports can just constantly gank mid, and Xiao 8 is completely unprotected. So Xiao 8 could easily feed here, if IG want to, but it looks like they're going to rotate the Bane bottom.
2-1-2, I guess. Wind Ranger and Visage top, Bane and Mirana bottom.
So 2-1-2, Rubik, Chen, they're going to start the double damage rune. They ward off the pole camp. Banana's going to body block the big camp. So IG knows that LGD is trying to go into their jungle, and they're going to try and prevent this. And they have got an arrow here. Arrow to fly, shoot arrow, hit arrow. Maybe get first blood. There's a DD rune on DDC, though. They've got to be careful here. He might be able to turn this one around if it goes for the lift first. No, just decides to run. Shoot arrow, hit arrow, win game.
Oh, that was such a big kill. Now the aggressive tri-lane is like hanging in the balance. Do they go back or do they stay?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And notice how Faith is going to hide in the big camp again, just to make sure there's no creeps here. Chen, you're not welcome here. Go back to your own jungle. But the problem is, oh, the sentry actually is not able to block the camp. Is that in the wrong spot? I thought you could block the camp from up here.
Yeah, I thought you could too.
I think it must need to be a slightly different spot.
Rabbit is in trouble.
Oh, sorry, bottom lane. Yeah, they're going to kill off the Lifestealer.
He tried to teleport as well. That's a lot of wasted time and money. This is so bad for the Lifestealer. Oh boy.
I'm surprised though. Did he get slept into arrow? Is that what happened?
No, they were just running and hitting him, and he just. I think he got slapped into arrow before that.
Okay.
When I caught the last glimpse, he was like TPing out with rage, but he had like 100 health.
And then now they're gonna smoke and go mid. If they get another kill, I feel like the game's just gonna snowball out of control for IG.
Yeah, if they manage to kill the Storm, to be exact.
Yeah, he's the ideal target. And if it's a sleep into a Dragon Tail...
Oh no, DDC. Is he going to be the sacrificial lamb? No.
Or the hero. No, he's not. They breach high ground. Now they march towards Xiao 8. He's going to get his bottle. Maybe they snipe the courier here. That would be even worse. In some ways. No. Lurking on the high ground. Now the smoke is dispelled.
Rune is bottom. The rune just saved his life.
And they're going to walk into Yao, but they can't really kill the Nyx. So LGD dodges what could have been a game-deciding bullet. Still, though, they are farming well. The Storm is 13-3. The Nyx is 10-3. And the Lifestealer is 8-3. So it's not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, they're going to transition into 3 supports now because they need to make space for the Lifestealer since he couldn't go bottom anymore. So it's like Lifestealer is the only one of the... There's only like two cores now, yeah, Lifestealer and Storm, and the Nyx is transitioned into like something we seen the other day. The offlane guy transitions into a roaming. I don't know if you remember the game. Was it with you or someone else? Like it was the offlane alchemist. Yeah, the offlane alchemist became like a support early on.
Yeah, it was Mushi alchemist because he actually ended up going. No, he ended up going safe lane solo, and then he just came mid to protect burning on the tiny, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
that was yesterday.
Like something like that. It was something like that. Transition from core to a support because there was no lanes for him.
I think the difference though is Alchemist is a really good catch-up hero, and Nyx is okay. Like he doesn't need that much farm, but he's never going to catch up in terms of levels and experience. So that is the one difference, I guess. And now he's good TP bottom. But this will be very hard because if Hal once he could go phase boots, and then like what is Nyx going to do in this lane?
He just needs the levels.
Meanwhile, Banana doing a little ancient stacking, and IG definitely a team who can farm these. They could even send the Windrunner to do like some ancient jungling of her own if she wants, but I doubt we'll see that. And for now, yeah, I think it's not as bad as it looked like it would be for LGD. They've stabilized here.
Yeah, that bullet that they dodged was the crucial bullet. If they got ganked there, the early game would have been almost over for them. They would have to play catch up for the rest of the game. But since they dodged that bullet, Chen continues to grow in the jungle and Storm is farming very well on the mid lane. It's going to be still looking good for LGD coming to the Nyx. They need to farm for another few minutes before they start to move around with the Chen and the Storm.
You know, the other bullet they dodged was that Sentry Ward not blocking the camp. Because if this camp was blocked, then this camp was blocked. I believe the medium camp, well, they at least warded it. They could have maybe ganked him there. They had obviously kicked him out of their own jungle. So the Chen had like maybe this camp to farm, that big camp over here, and that was I felt like that was about it. But it doesn't turn out to be the case. Meanwhile, middle lane there is an arrow. Oh no, Xiao 8 overconfident. Did not expect the Mirana there. And honestly, why would you expect the Mirana there?
Yeah, why would you expect the Mirana TPing in to gank from bottom lane?
Well played. And that's what they needed. Storm
that was
just at level 6.
Such a good rotation. Top lane, they're going to go in.
Can't kill the Windrunner, though. Man, this is still looking pretty good for IG, though. Like, they can just keep on doing that. Once Bane gets level 6, easy, just Fiend Script smoke ganks, arrow ganks, Dragon Tail ganks. Any one of a billion ways can kill him, and the only thing that will save him is the Chen. That's pretty much it, I feel.
Middle lane.
They go in now on 430. I don't think he got off the overload before the pull, but it won't matter. They still get the kill. Nice trade.
Oh, that was such a much needed kill after losing the Storm there. That was such a much needed kill. They can do a lot of damage to the tower now.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to kill it though. The Visage can come in and try and draw the creep way back. But yeah, like you said, and Soul Assumption will pull the creeps off of it. But they still did a decent amount of damage. They forced the rotation of 3 heroes, I guess is the main thing. And they get a kill.
They're going to be able to initiate with the Bane here, but if anyone is near the Storm, they can just take off the Nightmare of him. Oh no, he's going to get caught up potentially here.
Xiao 8 playing very defensive Dota.
Oh, they saw the invis being picked up by the Bane. There's a ward at the bottom river.
Okay. And also they just see all these heroes missing in general, or 3 showing themselves mid. So IG aggressively starting to beat on the mid tower. They're doing decent damage to it. They try and force a rotation from LGD, so it's suddenly 8-man Dota mid. This really looks like a pub.
At least it's not 10 heroes. Every time you see LGD 7-8 minutes into the game, it's like 5 heroes on the enemy safe lane.
Yeah, it's true. They're very unique in that regard. I mean, you know, as much as like for a while people were just lumping all the Chinese teams together, especially like if you go back 6 months ago, but they really all do have different styles, and you know, especially with DK being very unique now. But IG, or rather LGD, they've always loved their 5-man Dota, and I don't really know if that will ever change. It seems like
DK is affected by Southeast Asian flair.
Yeah, they've got a little, like you said, a little Southeast Asian flair, so to speak.
They're just gonna be continuing to farm with the Storm right now. I don't think the next few minutes would be any action. Everyone is just very patient because it's the last game. No one is taking. Maybe only IG will try and make something happen with Moonlight Shadow. That's about it.
Yao is already level 6 and he's on the hunt. He's gonna find Faith top lane, pops the carrot or the Impale after the Vendetta Strike, easy kill. And now Yao's on the move. Getting the Nyx involved is probably the best thing they can do, because that means IG are less likely to be putting pressure on the Storm. Although, as I say that, they are trying to. They will D-ward here, but not able to get a kill. And speaking of 5-man Dota on the safe lane, 4-man Dota on the safe lane, almost as good. And IG are going to respond with some 4-man Dota of their own.
Yeah, Storm's going to rotate in after picking up his threats there. He's going to move in probably soon. He's going to TP behind.
Yeah, he's already level 8, and they have a Lifestealer Bomb available.
The ward is going to spot everything.
No hand of God.
The ward is going to spot everything.
Yeah.
They just need to push out the other lanes, because like LGD rotated everyone here. They don't have to take a fight.
So as for IG, they haven't really completely shut down the Storm Lifestealer. In fact, after that great start, I mean, end of the day, Lifestealer and Storm are 2 of the most farmed heroes in the game. Should they be content with their position, Winter, or do you feel like IG needs to be making more things happen right now?
Because they didn't go for a Midas, I feel if they didn't go for a Midas on the Mirana, they would have more urgency to try and make something happen. If the Mirana doesn't go for a Midas, means the late game is not as strong, and LGD have actually better late game if you think about it. Storm plus Lifestealer is going to outcarry the Mirana and DK if the Mirana doesn't have a Midas.
Yeah, and because they drafted Windrunner. You know, they could have gone for something a little bit more greedy, but they chose to go for more utility.
If you go for a Windrunner, means you have to make something happen and you have to get an advantage out of the early to mid game. Otherwise, come into late game, Wind Ranger is not a very good call later on in the game, even though if he gets a lot of items. Yeah, he's a good call to build a side of Vice on, but he's not a very good damage call later.
Meanwhile, on the bottom rune, we do see Xiao waiting for the 10-minute rune, and it will be a haste for the Dragon. I think it's popped. Rune spawned up the top side of the map. Shackle to fly. Xiao able to zip away at the last possible second. That's the strength treads there keeping him alive.
Yeah, there was no tree to latch. That's the problem there.
Unfortunate. And it's where you'd love to have a Fiend script at this stage of the game. Then you could really shut down the Storm, but Nana only level 4. He is a bit under-leveled, and a lot of it goes back to some... that they had the first good engagement, but then they wasted a lot of time on those ganks.
Yeah, they wasted a lot of time, and the Chen was like constantly jungling, and he's almost level 6 now. Rubik is also almost level 6, so the supports are definitely having more levels on the LGD side right now.
Moonlight Shadow from IG, hoping that the Nyx will just charge in, but...
they know top lane the Mirana just came out to take last hits with Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah, and I think they were just thinking, oh, maybe Xiao 8 will run into the river and we can just get an easy kill and then push. Yao, but no such luck. And now it's LGD's turn to gank. They're smoked up. They've got 4 heroes here. Lifestealer packed inside a Storm. Might be uncomfortable for the Storm, but it'll get the job done if they get the jump. Can they find an opening here? They're going to zip in. They go straight onto YYF. Surprise, but he got off the wind run, I think. Nope. Dropping low. Now going to go down in the end. Xiaowei getting chain stun. Centaur Stomp coming through, keeping them alive. 430, dropping pretty low. Xiaowei zips away. Gonna stay alive. The Dragonite not able to get off his regen. They do clean up the Storm on the backside, so make it a 2-for-1. But 2 cores for a Storm. Not a bad trade. Unfortunately, it could be bad now. Lifestealer getting stunned by the arrow, but can be sent home. Dropping low. Raging. Safe. And they bought back. But can they push now? I think they can.
Ultimate off cooldown in 7 seconds for the DK. This tower is down.
And yeah, if you're LGD, you probably just want to go split push, right? Except they can't really. This tower's really
They want
dead.
to fight. They want to fight.
This is a bad. No, they can't fight. I think IG might go for 2. Nah. Okay.
Middle tower has fallen.
You know,
No,
if you
they're
think about
just
it, Winter,
content.
LGD is not a very strong 5-man team right now. So IG could look to exploit that. Especially with
But
the
they have
familiars
a lot
now.
of pickup potential with the Nyx and the Storm.
That's true. Yeah, well, if you spread out. I think it's much harder to get those pickoffs when IG are like 5-manning at you. And it seems they do want a 5-man as they send 5 bottom. Seems they want a 5-man because they've got 5 men sticking together. Brilliant insight here at Beyond the Summit.
Yeah, it's just LGD. Like sometimes I don't know if you remember. Like last time we were talking about before when LGD doesn't have a 5-man lineup. Oh, arrow's gonna hit on DDC. It's gonna go down.
Yeah, set up by a familiar there as well. So nice arrow, and then IG. They'll just. Is this gonna be 3 towers for them? No, just 2.
Yeah, like, we've seen this before from LGD. They have a speed push lineup, but they are playing a speed push lineup as 5. Like it's just in their blood, the 5-man. Even though they don't have a good 5-man lineup, but they still want to 5-man.
That's really the perfect way to put it. It really is in their blood, and I mean, they are the one team that I think has been criticized the most for not being flexible, and you know, they might draft differently, but
Live or die by the 5-man.
well, they might be dying here. This doesn't look too promising. They'll go for an infest now. I feel like they just need to start getting kills, because this Storm is not farming. He's got 600 gold, treads, and an old talisman. That's just not going to cut it. They need him to get farmed. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now the Impale comes through.
Okay,
they cut up
this is-
Banana.
oh, no.
Good initiation. Now they zip in, but where's that Storm pull? Nothing. They do get the Bane, but he's used all his mana.
They don't have sentries.
Familiar,
Yeah,
stunning on 2, power shot on 2, soul assumption comes through, that's another dead. Now they want the Lifestealer Storm zipping out, trying to run, arrow to fly, and it will connect on 430, the stolen arrow being used against him. Now Rabbit, DDC both retreating out, Xiaowei on the run as well. The Familiars are going to kill Rabbit here, I think. He's in trouble. What? How did that not hit? What? What the fuck was that? Did that go right through him on your screen, or is that just me?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, okay Dota. Dodo 2. While that was happening, Rubik actually does kill Mirana. I'm so flustered by that arrow missing. It's throwing me off my game, man.
I clearly saw the power shot hitting him.
Yeah, that wasn't even like, oh, it just touched him. It like went right through his body. Well, I guess somebody lives to fight another day.
Still looking really bad for LGD now. The temple. They lost all their towers.
Like when the game started, I thought IG had the better, just the more well-rounded, easier to execute draft. Then it seemed like LGD was just out executing them, and then now it seems like LGD is just playing their lineup wrong and getting punished for it.
Yeah, they just need to be content on trying to farm the whole map with the Nyx, the Storm. The Nyx trying to gang Storm as well. Storm's gonna be split pushing with the Lifestealer. I don't think they should just try and force it anymore. If they lose one more fight, it's gonna be very difficult for them to come back. Now they are behind by towers. Kills might be even, but the kills doesn't tell the story of the game now.
Here comes the rotation towards mid. The Familiars just flying high. And I gotta say, these Familiars have been game-changing. Faith has had multiple 3, 4 hero stuns, 2 hero stuns. And this is why Visage has been getting banned, Winter. You let him through one game, and I feel like Visage is by the clear MVP so far this game.
Oh, here comes House. Gonna get hit by the arrow.
Zip initiation. Now they're going to go in. The follow-up. They want 2 here. They really need these kills. Banana dropping low. They get him, but there's a buyback quickly from the Mirana. Yao dropping low in exchange. He'll take a fall. They may have overextended here. Faith dropping low, but the arrow connects onto Xiaowei. Shoot arrow, hit arrow, get kill. Now I'm disconnecting from the server. Is that just me?
Yeah, it's just you. LGD has 3 heroes down, Storm, Rubik, and Nyx now. The Mirana's gonna leap forward to chase. They're probably gonna get another kill on the Chen as well.
Perfect
depending
world,
on the
please. Mercy, please. No, it was so good all day. Okay, maybe it's just a one-time lag spike. So they lost 4 in the end, is that right? And they got 2 or 3? There was a buyback.
They got 2. There was a buyback. There was a buyback on the Mirana. They actually got 3. They got the Visage, the Mirana, and Bane. But they defended the tower, and LGD lost 4 heroes, apart from the Lifestealer.
Yeah, and the Storm died. Did he die again?
No, he didn't die again.
Okay, he's the one who survived.
No, Lifestealer survived. Storm died.
So Storm died again. Yeah. So I just asked you if he died, and you said no, he survived.
Okay, I got confused.
You're confusing me, Winter. We're both confused now. What a game. So yeah, Storm died again, and you know, you comparing Chao 8 Storm to like say Supers, it's just it doesn't really feel like his hero Winter, to be totally honest.
He's playing the Storm like Beastmaster, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, but Storm needs farm. Like you can't really play him the same way. Do you think Yao would be better on the Storm? Like should maybe Chao 8 be on the Nyx?
I'm not sure. I don't know if they. Probably they knew that the best way of rotation is best role distribution is this way. Maybe Yao doesn't play Storm. I've never seen him play Storm.
Yeah, I haven't either. So that's why I was curious what you thought, but they're stuck with it now, and it just doesn't look good for LGD. They weren't able to use the Chen to take early towers. IG finally lost their tier 1 mid, but that's it. They lost 1 tower with the Chen. He's still trying to farm the mech at 19 minutes into the game, which is really bad. Storm's not farming well, doesn't have an Orchid. Lifestealer is the only farmed hero on this team, really, it seems. And LGD keeps on pressing for ganks. But IG's ready for this. Up. Like, they always have sentries ready, they're smoking up as a team. And LGD, it just feels like their 5-man Dota isn't strong enough to be able to play this way.
Oh no, Nyx is in with the valuable cargo here.
Caught out by a Dragon Tail, now shackled, and Xiaotuji turns tail and runs. But he's gonna get caught. Familiar stunt, soul assumption, everything thrown at him. And a grip.
Oh no.
And a kill. They did get the tier 1 in exchange, but another bad trade. LGD is self-destructing at this point.
You can't bring the Lifestealer in with the Storm, you bring in with the Nyx Assassin, but IG is ready with the Sentry, what?
It's just, they can't, they're trapped. So at this point, I mean, if you're LGD, I feel like you just can't be taking fights for a while. You need to farm. Even though it doesn't look good.
Even before that pick-off of the Nyx and the Lifestealer, it's also already very difficult for them to fight.
I mean, the one piece of good news is IG has not gone greedy. They didn't go for the Midas or Mirana. The Dragon Knight isn't that... Like, he's farmed, but he's not out of control yet. But if they give up 1 or 2 more bad fights, I think he will be out of control.
He's actually quite, I would say he's quite rich, having the BKB and 1000 gold at 20 minutes.
They just smoked bottom, and there's a Radiant Observer Ward here.
And oh no.
Another fail gank from LGD.
Does this seem very... Do you see this story before? LGD losing when they don't have a 5-man lineup, but they still keep trying to 5-man and 5-man and 5-man until they lose.
Yeah, it's what we saw like yesterday. Or not yesterday, a few days ago. LGD, it's like they just get stubborn, you know? Sometimes. And now they're in trouble. They might get this tower bottom and just get out, which isn't that bad, to be honest, because IG are all grouped up as well, but... It works out okay for them, but it does just feel like, oh, nope, maybe they don't get out. Familiar's coming through. No arrow. It's still it's not out. It's not like they can't come back. It just feels like they don't really have any comfort zone right now. You know, like they don't really seem to be executing. They can't find kills. The Lifestealer bombs haven't been working. IG's always ready for them. It just feels bad, even though they're not technically that far behind.
Yeah, they're just mainly, I would say, not comfortable with the situation they are in. They don't like to be split pushing. That's all I can say.
You know, they used to do it with like Sylar Anti-Mage and...
Oh yeah, true. That's for Protect 1, but
yeah,
now it's...
for Protect 1.
This is tri-core, dual core, and very aggressive. Like the playstyle they have is very aggressive. Dual
This
core,
is like
tri-core.
this is like a Navi type draft almost.
You keep fighting, you keep fighting.
Yeah.
Even though when you are not supposed to fight, you still want to fight.
And I don't feel that LGD is necessarily built to play Navi Dota. At least it doesn't seem that way yet. But they'll hang on for now. They're on the back foot. They have not lost yet. And IG, they take the tier 2 bottom. They'll retreat and go back to farming. This could be the comeback item, though. Orchid is finally out on Shao 8. 22 minutes in. It's probably like 4 to 5 minutes later than what you would want. Especially with his CS. His CS is actually quite good. But
yeah, but he died too many times.
The 3 deaths. And not getting kills either, just assists, really hurting him.
Yeah, Haste Rune going to be spotted out by the Storm here. That's going to be useful, but they saw his Orchid already, so wouldn't be... The first kill of the Orchid was actually the most crucial one as well, to be able to snowball from it.
LGD trying to sneak a Roche here. I don't know about this, Winter. If they fight in this pit, and they don't kill Roche very quickly, IG are all coming. Hal's got Moonlight Shadow available. There is a Sentry Ward down in the river. It should spot most of the rotations, as well as one up on the hill. But a good arrow could really ruin this fight for LGD. Are they going to get caught out? Power shot coming through. Now the Infest. LGD, they want to make a move out of this pit, but IG are ready for them. They're waiting.
Wow, that was such a quick reaction. Hal was standing on the low ground and the Nyx was on the high ground. The Nyx saw him and there was no vision at all for Hal. He just saw the spike coming out and he just leapt. So quick reactions. He could have died there if he got stunned, and he didn't get his BKB yet. He just got his BKB.
Moonlight Shadow. Now they've spotted the Chen. This looks bad. The Nyx as well. He's also been spotted. Just a grip into a kill. Moonlight Shadow's going to end soon, though. They need to get on top of Yao quickly. They're not quite in range for a stun. Could have gone Dragon Form maybe there. In the end, a little indecision from IG, perhaps costing them a kill. I think if they like if he just Dragon Form and they power shot or shackle shot, then he could get the stun off, but didn't happen.
They were just worried because like the position where they were going to go in was like going into a place where they do not have vision at all, and it's near a tier 2 tower, so it's quite risky to try and fight when you don't see anything. So they didn't want to take a risk, and it's the last game of the series.
LGD.
Mentality.
They're hanging on, though. This is a scrappy team. I mean, you go back to TI3 and even TI2, they were like the one team you would never want to have to play in the late game, especially with Yao's Magnus. They don't have the Magnus, but they're just a very good defensive lineup, and you could see, even though they were pressing earlier, they have not. They're still organized.
This is big, you know, David. They just lost the Familiars, and there's no Familiars anymore on the Visage. It's on cooldown. This is big.
Maybe if Rubik can steal them at some point this game, but 90 seconds to go. Arrow. Oh. Shao even had vision of that. I thought he was like maybe baiting it and wanted to get hit. IG are going to come in now.
They wanted to fight very badly. They're using the Roshan to force IG to come here and fight.
There's a double damage rune on the Storm, though. Double damage Storm is very scary. If you do not kill him right away, he can just completely turn the fight.
Yeah, he can. One of the best runes for Storm Spirit apart from the regen.
Well, Winter, 25 minutes in. IG hanging on to that 3,000 gold lead, 2,000 experience lead. You know, the one thing is LGD's kind of gotten IG to play their game. Like, IG is constantly 5-manning. They're not split pushing. They're not farming, even though they have like a decent dual core, 2.5 core maybe. But LGD's forcing them into 5-man Dota. So in that sense, it's an LGD tempo. Even though for this draft, you would say it's not really the right tempo, but for their team, maybe it is.
Yeah, the Roshan is very important. I wouldn't say it's bad for IG not to split push because they can't really afford to give up the Roshan here. The Roshan to the Storm would be a great advantage for LGD, so they need to be constantly nearby the Rosh pit, and now LGD is going to use that threat to their advantage. Knowing that IG would always want to scout out the Rosh, now they're going to smoke up and try to go around them.
Yeah, IG did see them walk up the towards the hill over here, but they don't know if LGD smoked into the pit, if LGD backed off towards mid. And IG says, you know what, we're going to force you to come defend, we'll make you come out of your hiding hole. Are they going to power shot into the pit? They just feel LGD's not coming, and now LGD have breached high ground. They're wrapping around. They've gone the long way. It's the long con from this team. They go in on YYF. Can he get out of this one? He's dropping fast. Feed script gonna get popped up, holding the lifestealer in position for the time being, but still alive, standing strong. They bring down Banana. They've killed off 2 here. They did lose their Storm in exchange for it, though. Now it's a 2 for 2. Buybacks coming out left to right. 2 for 3. As the Visage also falls. Now they won 430. The buybacks could make the difference. Shao8 cleaning up 430. He will get picked off as well. How on the run, YYF on the run, and one more big zip. Slow him down, pull him in. No, they don't have a pull, but they do have a lift. Drop him down, stomp him up, power shot through. And that's a Ginger down, as well as 2 familiars too. LG.
So it was 2 for 5, 2 for 4.
I think 2 for 4. Who bought back?
The Storm.
No, the Radiant. Oh, Windrunner did. Okay, Windrunner bought back. So it was 2 for 5 because she bought back and died again, I believe. Yeah.
Double damage Storm. Did a lot of damage.
And they got the jump. I feel that was the big thing. Like the way they smoke ganked. That was such a long smoke gank. I was actually really surprised IG didn't check Roche at once that fight, but they didn't, and they just did not expect LGD to do something like that, I guess.
Yeah. They didn't expect the wrap around. They were thinking that LGD was just sitting at the Ancients and waiting for a good chance to go for Roche. Didn't expect the wrap around gank. They're gonna try and contest the Roche. Roche is not down yet.
It's not done yet, and it could turn around if IG are able to take it. Now they
Rabbit's
contest.
low.
The BKB's up on How. He wants to focus Yao. He nails the arrow. Now held in place for the time being. The Soul Scepter will follow him. It gets the kill. Roche is low. Bashing Shao8. He's forced to zip out. Oh, if IG steal this, maybe Shao8 is going to steal it. He's attacking from the high ground. Now IG know he's here. He's trying to stop attacking. DD gets shackled up after the sleep. The Roche low, but not dead yet. DD gonna fall. Yao in trouble. The BKBs are making the difference. Now Rabbit runs in, but there's too much damage here. He needs to run. He needs a way out. Somebody give him an infest target. He'll pop into his teammate, but that's no escape. Rabbit gets blown up after Yao. 2 down as well. Everybody buying back, but Roche will probably fall before they get here.
BGG.
It's all up to Shao8. All up to Shao8. All up to Shao8. Rabbit's gonna go down. Jumps into the pit. Maybe a split second early. He wants their Aegis. No, he gets the last hit, but the Aegis gonna go to LGD. IG still fighting for their lives here. Banana on the run. Brought down 2. Chaos in the pit. Everybody head for the hills. I don't even know who won that fight, Winter. I'll let you be the judge of that.
They got the LGD got the last hit, but they lost the Aegis to the Mirana, and they actually lost 3 heroes, 4 heroes.
Storm.
The Chen and the Lifestealer died before the. Did they buy back the Lifestealer? Yeah,
They both bought back. Storm bought back and died like 2 minutes ago, and so that's 3. That's like 3 of their most important heroes all dying and buying back in that fight. But IG used 3 buybacks as well. No, 2 buybacks. Yeah, 2 buybacks. Sorry, they used 4 buybacks, not 3. I'm getting the teams mixed up now. Oh, what a chaotic fight. My goodness. That was like the craziest fight I've cast in a long time. Felt like Russian Dota, not Chinese.
Chinese are usually very organized and structured.
You know, it's funny, Shao8 clearly has auto attack on enabled, and he kept on trying to cancel his auto attack, but then he like randomly got some off and started freaking out and zipping around. That's definitely one of those times when you're hiding as a ranged hero that you wish you had auto attack off.
Yeah, but he actually still bought. I felt he bought in a little bit too early. He had vision of the Roshan. Still, he got the last hit. Could have stolen the Aegis.
IG just don't have much. They did not have much damage in the pit. I think he's like, oh, Dragon Knight will kill Roche pretty quickly, but did 430 have the Shadow Blade in the last fight? I think he just bought it, right? Yeah, he just bought it. Because he had the Shadow Amulet, I believe, when he died.
They're gonna smoke up right now. Try and use the Aegis. They still have the Aegis, so I would say the momentum is still with IG's favor now. Still having the Aegis on the Mirana.
And that Mirana almost has Desolator, and I felt like they were lacking that damage, but they won't be for much longer. They go in now, they're going to start with Xiaotuji, but there's a Chen Sen back available. The 4-staff coming through. Arrow going to connect on DD, not able to micro himself away. There's another 4-staff. He's still alive. He lives with 3 HP. Oh my, they thought they had him. Power shot. My goodness.
Force staff, very good item. You have to agree.
What a game this has been.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Storm almost have his BKB, just needs the recipe now. Like, he really needs the BKB.
Yeah. It's hard, though, because it's not like getting a BKB makes him safe. They can still do, if they ever get off a good Fiend's Grip, he's still gonna die. But you're right, he does need it. It's just, it's not a guaranteed, like, get out of jail free.
At least if you spend the Fiend's Grip on the Storm, the Lifestealer doesn't have to worry about it. So, it's in some ways protects the Lifestealer if you force the Fiend's Grip to be casted on you.
And now the Desolator from Mirana, so... This is where LGD... I mean, the Lifestealer's not very farmed. You know, Storm and Lifestealer, you look at their net worth, they're a solid 3k behind Mirana. And this is, like, getting farm on the other heroes, it just doesn't feel like it's going to do that much. They need a fat Storm, they really need a fat Lifestealer to take this late, and right now they've just got, like, a reasonably well-farmed... like, everyone's got some farm, but neither of these heroes is super fat.
And the Mirana is actually going to deal a lot of damage to the Lifestealer now, since he actually, the main reason he's so poor is because of all the early 5-man, like I mentioned, like LGD always plays it this way. I was worried when I saw them drafted something like this, like the Lifestealer would be underfarmed because of constant 5-man into the Storm.
Yeah, that's really true. And look at this Lifestealer CS, 103 CS at 32 minutes. He's got 3 CS a minute as their in theory, their one position hero.
You're supposed to have at least, well, 160, it's about okay situation.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
sometimes
to be fair, nobody's farming well. To be fair,
Sometimes
nobody's farming that well, but...
yeah, the game has been constantly revolved around like 5-manning, so no one is actually giving a lot of focus on farm, and the Storm is the highest on the last hits counter now.
I think that is the one area where Lifestealer struggles a bit. I mean, he's not a slow farmer, but he doesn't have any AoE. He's not a flash farmer by any means, and not getting a Midas and then also spending a lot of time infested, the two of them together really add up. Speaking of farmed heroes, by the way, Visage has Scepter, and he's had it for a little while now.
Yeah, he got a lot of kills and assists. Like, this hero does so much as a support, like you mentioned. You can't give this hero away without having a very good trade-off.
Yeah, or doing
it's very difficult.
Doing something to him. Hal's actually gonna leap forward onto the enemy high ground. He's got an Aegis available. LGD gonna be forced to engage soon. Oh boy. Xiao 8 almost got caught by a Dragon Tail, narrowly able to live. Hal getting stunned up, brought low. He is slept defensively, still alive. Shackle Shot will connect on 2. Xiao Tuji dropping pretty fast. He just goes on Banana, going ham. He wants to kill him off because the grip is going to bring down Xiao 8 first. They've lost their Storm. Can he buy back for this fight? Will he buy back? He cannot. He is dead for the entire duration of the fight. The Nyx will fall as well. 2 for 1, but they lost the Storm. They're going to lose their racks here with the Desolator, the triple familiars. This should be 1 lane of racks. This could be 2. Might be 2 lanes.
Might be 2 lanes, but there's 30 more seconds before they respawn. Maybe they just take this and just get out. Not too much time yet. Not too much time left.
Yeah, it would be risky to go for 2. And they're gonna play it safe. Oh boy. Now Hal up to another 3,000 gold. Your Dragon Knight up to 3,000. They're about to explode into some really big items. The AC is not that far off. Mirana we'll see if it's a Desolator, a Butterfly, or sorry, not a Desolator, a Manta, a Butterfly, but some big item is coming soon for Hal. And they just have too much physical damage. Like Lifestealer, I don't know if you saw that fight, but I don't know if you were watching it, but he really dropped quickly to the right clicks.
Yeah, the grip was even used on Xiao 8 from the start, and they didn't even grip the Lifestealer, but he couldn't do too much of the damage in the fight. Too much damage from the Familiars, and the right clicks from the Mirana kept him apart. Not to mention the Dragon Knight as well.
Yeah, and like you said, the 3 Familiars combined with Desolator, it makes the Familiars so much stronger, and they're already doing a lot of damage, so very good synergy between those two.
He can go for a crit or a Butterfly now. Those two would be a really good option for Mirana here. Either way, it's gonna deal a lot of damage against the Lifestealer. He's too far behind to be a constant threat to the enemy right now.
And this Lifestealer build, Sanj, Yasha, Phase Boots, Armlet, very mid-game kind of oriented build. Not the strongest late-game build. There's no AC here, no Desolator, no Basher. I mean, it's like you get these items, and then you get your big late-game items after that, but By the time he does that, IG may have too many on the Mirana.
He purchased something. Daedalus, I think. No, Eagle Song.
Butterfly. Well, I don't see this lifesteal getting an MKB anytime soon, so that's not a bad choice.
Yeah, Ferrari's gonna finish a Heaven's Halberd too. He's gonna have it in 100 gold. DD rune as well. Time to go. Time to go.
And he's level 16, which he was not in the last fight. And that means the lifestealer is going to get kited even harder. They can grip him, Dragon Knight, auto attack slow him when he's in Frost Dragon form. They just have so many ways to kite the lifestealer. And how does Storm actually do anything in these fights? It feels like no matter what, they'll just grip him and focus him down.
Yeah, and not to mention the supports on IG, the Bane and the Visage are very tanky supports. Not the easy kill supports like a Rubik or a Crystal Maiden.
Especially with this level of farm that we're seeing for these two. It is a lot. And here they go. They're going to initiate on Xiaowei. He's caught in the river. 4 staff once. We'll try and keep him safe. Now he gets gripped, though. Everything thrown at Xiaowei. Down he goes. And now the fight's over for LGD. They need to run. Something was stolen on the backside. It doesn't seem to matter, though. They're going to lose the Chen and now potentially more. Yao dropping quickly. The chase is on, and Yao can do nothing but turn tail and run. He gets slept. Look for the arrow. Follow up. It arrives, and Yao, he goes home. Back to the well. He'll have a minute to think about that. While IG barrel down the middle lane. The DD rune's still online, and this could be 2 lanes of racks. Is there any buyback? There's no buyback on the Dire side. This could be game. I think this actually might be game.
Yeah, they don't have buybacks, and even if they have 5 heroes up right now, it would still be a very huge challenge to defend the racks.
What if LGD go on to lose this, what a frustrating way to lose it would be. They came so close, they battled back after an 0-1 start, made it 2-1. They gave away Game 4 with what looked like just kind of a dubious draft, and now in Game 5, at times they've out-executed IG, but when it really counts, and IG has been delivering, looking for their second lane of racks. They may die for this, but they seem to want it. 430 committed. He gets defensively set for now. Now Xiaowei going in, but he just doesn't have the damage. Can't focus anyone down. The Bane, not an easy kill. The Mirana still able to stand strong. Xiao Tuji getting stunned. Brought low. BKB Dragon Knight, they aren't getting the Rex yet, but now they've driven LGD back. The arrow stolen. Thrown back the other way, but it's too late. The Rex have fallen. Even in Impale, connecting on 2. Doesn't even matter though. Xiaowei might kill off Hao. Hao will fall, but he's gotten the melee Rex. All they need to do is not get team wiped here, and they'll be happy. Faith TPing out. Everybody on the run. YYF trying to escape. Banana also going for the escape. Banana will be the second casualty. But they get oh, and actually they did lose the Mirana in the base, so they only lose 1 core and they get the Rex. They do get the Rex.
They still got the Rex, but it's still really hard to come back from 2 sides of Rex down. Like, they still have the game in their hands if they don't make any mistakes later.
Well,
still very hard for LGD.
LGD might get Roche. Maybe. It has been spotted by the familiars, and they're going to buy back. I don't think they can do this Roche in time. They don't have enough damage.
Yeah, I don't think they can as well. They don't have enough damage to kill it quickly. And Storm is going to look for initiation here, maybe. Nope.
They deward, and now LGD probably forced to turn tail and run. It's looking bleak for LGD now, Winter. It really is. Like, the way it's more than anything. I mean, as much as Storm and Lifestealer is really good late, they just don't have the late game items. These are all mid game Lifestealer items, and it's the same for the Storm. BKB, Orchid, no Scythe, no Lincolns, no Bloodstone, no Shivas. It's all mid game items for, even though they can go late, they don't have the firepower.
Yeah, and the Mirana is so farmed. The Mirana and the Dragon Knight are just so much richer than the Storm and the Lifestealer at the moment. They need a very good initiation from the Storm somehow to just basically burst down the Visage or the Bane. They can't really kill anyone else apart from those 2.
You know, in the last fight, Xiaowei popped BKB, and they tried to go on the Bane, and he only got the Bane to like half health. He orchided him, he pulled him, he dropped a remnant on him, he started right-clicking him, was zipping here to get there to get overload charges. That only got the Bane to half HP. And that's the Bane. He's probably the easiest hero to kill on this team, in theory. But Xiaowei jumps in, now they try to get the initiation. Welcome to the party, says 430, I'm ready. He just keeps on kiting for Rabbit, slowing him down. The rage is going to end, and he will fall easily. Few more right clicks to bring him down. It's a nice 2-hero shackle to follow up on this. DD will be the next one. Now on to DDC. Here comes your Starfall. They'll have more nukes soon. They've got the damage. IG have done it. 4 heroes dead, straight down the middle lane. This should be Mega Creeps, and this should be GG. IG are moving on. Calling it now. They are moving on to the Grand Finals. They'll be playing DK tomorrow in a best of 7.
And we have like LGD versus VG Gaming right after, right? Do we have a break?
Oh, we will have like a 20-minute break in theory. I mean, they do their pregame introduction, so the game might not start for more like an hour. I'm not sure, but yeah, we do have Vici Gaming versus LGD China coming up. Of course, Vici Gaming will not have Sylar for that match, and they really struggled yesterday without him. Ay, ay, ay. This was a very hard game to read. Like, the teams just... It was a very weird game in a lot of ways, Winter.
It wasn't an LGD type of draft, I would say.
And like you said, I felt like they didn't really play the draft the way it's designed. You know, they spent a ton... They smoke ganked, like, every time it was off cooldown. They smoke ganked, starting at, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah, they could have just, like, farmed speed push early and try to just take the game later, but they were just trying to fight. Like, it's just their mentality. You can't really say much about it. They are a team that wants to fight, regardless of whatever draft they have.
Absolutely. Well, it was a rather somber note to end the series on, guys, but congratulations to IG. They're going to the Grand Finals. Big Bad DK is waiting. We're not done yet, though, of course. We have Vici Gaming versus LGD China coming up after a very short break, somewhere between 30 minutes to maybe 45 or even an hour before the games actually begin. The pregame show should start relatively soon, though. I'm LD on the Summit. He's Winter. If you enjoy our casting, you should be sure to follow us. You can follow Winter on Twitter and Facebook.com/WinterDota. As for me, same thing, /LDDota. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back with your second best of 5 for the day after this.